It hit with gusts of 100 miles an hour and barely a warning. The worst storm in Britain for nearly 3 centuries. 18 people died here, and the damage to property totalled £1.4 billion. Andy Kutcher, a meteorologist at RAF Marham in Norfolk, says in weather terms it really was exceptional.
I personally had to get up in the middle of the night to move my car into the garage, and first thing I noticed, it was extremely warm, 16 degrees Celsius, very odd for that time of year in the middle of the night, and that was an indication of why the storm was so vigorous, because it had lots of warm, moist air involved in it. And I can remember thinking there was a lot of thunderstorms going on, but it wasn't, of course, lightning, it was the power cables clashing and coming down, so it really was very frightening.
The storm had a sting in its tail, a weather phenomenon known as a sting jet, something meteorologists had never seen before. Now they know what to look for and say they have the technology to make early detection possible. As well as manned and automatic weather stations, we increasingly use data from space. Satellites give us updates every 15 minutes, which allow us to watch the weather right across the globe. Readings taken from the upper atmosphere are another clue of what's to come, as well as changes in pressure. And once any rain starts to fall, radar can detect where and how heavy it is. And this is where all the information is fed. A supercomputer here in the basement at the Met Office in Exeter, capable of more than 700 trillion calculations a second. And every one of these towers is the equivalent to around 7,000 home computers. The result is more reliable and more detailed. Ensemble models plotting 50 different tracks that any one storm could take.
Okay, afternoon everyone. New model run is in. Minor changes to the upper pattern really, which is modulating the shower distribution during the next 24 hours.
But the final say still goes to the chief forecaster, who looks at all the data and chooses the most likely forecast.
It's their job then to try and get the emphasis of the story across, so not necessarily talk about the fact that we have some slight detail differences here or the model's not quite done very well here, more the kind of case of this is what's important today, this is where we feel strongly confident about some things, and this area is where we perhaps have a little bit more uncertainty and where we need to be a bit careful in trying to get the message across. There could be a couple of different options that could occur. Even the most extreme weather that was going to come our way we couldn't prevent happening, but if people are aware of the damage it could cause and what they can do to try and help themselves should something else come up is very important.
So, though rare, we could get another storm on the scale of 1987. The difference now is that we're confident we'd see it coming. Claire McGlasson, Anglia News at the Met Office in Exeter.